Guys, this move took place very early in the morning yesterday. We're already hitting ADR, right? Just about to hit that ADR checkpoint. We all know what happens then. Nothing we can do about this, really. Saw this taking place kind of early. Looks like it was, starting to move rather quickly. And now it's already hitting ADR. If you're not in this already and taking targets for a day trade, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Just taking off. What a shame. I just cannot wrap my arms around a damn trade. Past couple of days, very frustrating. Let's take a look at the Russell. Can we get in on the Russell? Where's ADR on the Russell? Let's see. Let's go over here. And yeah, the Russell, the Russell, we've got we've got the Russell actually going much further. We've got ADR much further away on the Russell with the same readings. You see that? So the Dow is already hitting its ADR checkpoint. Let's see if we had the same pop on the Nasdaq. No, we did not. Look at the Nasdaq. Look at the difference, guys. Look at the difference here between Nasdaq is actually crashing. See, so we really have a great system here. And look at the ES is not as strong either, right? ES, right? We haven't broken above positive 100 on the 3-hour chart for the ES. We've got it on the 1 hour. ADR all the way up here. Okay, so ES and the Russell, but the Russell is much stronger. Let's switch gears, go to the Russell. Very wide opening range, right? We don't know what's going to happen here. All we know is that we've got the momentum and trend on our side. Let's go over to the 15-minute. It's working out quite nicely. All right. So we'll switch gears, go to the Russell. The Dow has already hit that ADR checkpoint, and we're going to have to get out of there. Switch over. Look at that. Boom. Just hit that. Let's go over to the Russell. All right. We'll draw out our opening range. That's what it is so far. There we go. Now, if we have a bullish candle form the opening range, we're going to have a really nice day. Mark this off. Let's see. Here we go. Right here. 0.6. Okay. There's ADR. Yeah, there's our ADR checkpoint. Now, do we take the pullback? Are there any pullbacks we can take here? Not mitigate risk, maybe get in one contract down here, take a chance, or do we just wait for the breakout? It's still quite early, right? 9:36. We've got to let this thing form with all that strength. My goodness. Let's take a look at it here. Would this be pulling back to very strong readings on the Russell? Go back to the ES. We're getting there on the ES as well. But look where we are on the ES, right? We're right inside that 3-hour trend cloud. So the next move, right, could be a push down. Can't believe YM had the best readings and it hit that ADR checkpoint right away. Could go further, but that's not what we do, right? Nasdaq is crashing. Go back to the Russell. Russell seems to be giving us the best readings here. Best readings on the Russell. God, I really want to mitigate risk here. Really want to mitigate risk. It's just was so early in this. If this gets any wider, we've got to play the game here. Got to play the game. We'll see. Hey, if it's not there, it's not there, right? We've got to let the opening range form. And if it just starts, breaking to the upside right now and does the same thing, we just walk away from it, right? We're trying to fix as many variables as possible. Powell to speak, inflation news at the top at 10 a.m. He's speaking. Okay, thanks, Eddie. I wasn't sure when that was. He's going to speak at the top of the hour. And if the news is good, I assume this thing is going to take off. He's going to say, if he says anything about cutting the rates in September. I don't know. Well, we'll take the proper amount of risk and we'll see what happens. Right? We don't know what's going to happen. We'll take the proper amount of risk, and if it doesn't work out, it's no big deal. We'll go for it on Monday. Today is Friday. We want to be out of this thing as quickly as possible, right? Kind of a bearish candle forming so far, and we got 5 minutes left. Now, the probability of this thing going higher is pretty good, but the fact that he's speaking at 10 a.m., we take a shot at it. We take a shot at it. Take a $250 risk. Take a $250 risk. Make sure our stop is right down here. Yeah, I think people are going to be waiting. I think people are just going to be waiting. We could we could line it up right here by, I think that's a good move right there. Breaks through that, breaks through the top. Right. If it breaks through the top there, we'll get in and we'll get out right here on the breakout. 943. I think that's the safest play right there. I think that's the safest play. Nothing we can do if it breaks out of this and then, pulls all the way back. Nothing we can do about that. But 9-4. Good. We'll be able to see what this is going to do. All right, if it breaks out to the downside, that's not something that we're going to want to be a part of. Let's jump over to the 5-minute chart now. Okay, and if it breaks to the upside, closes, get that 5-minute close. Let's watch our lines get drawn here. There it is. Whoa, and here we go. Get over to the 5-minute. Looks like we should have taken that gamble, right? Looks like we should have taken that little gamble, mitigated the risk down here. Well, this is looking good. We're going to take all three contracts out right here and see if we can. There it is. There's the retest of that. There's the retest there. Just want to get, wow. Wow. Okay. Okay. See that? And that's why we do what we do. That's why we put it in front. Very strong momentum. Got momentum and trend on our side here. This is, I think people are waiting. Is that what's going on? People just waiting around? This news, NASDAQ has recalculated, but it's the 3 hour. We're not past that 3 hour. The YM has already hit its ADR checkpoint, and look what's happening here. It's coming all the way back. That happened very early. Oh, it hit the second ADR checkpoint. Second ADR checkpoint has been hit. Will that follow through on the Russell? Wow, look at that. Hmm. What it is, right? Good thing I didn't jump the gun like right here. If anything, you want to take the pullback. And then at 10 a.m., if the news is bad, we'll probably get stopped out right away. Some people say he's not going to say very much. He may not say very much. It may be quite neutral. And that may have a bad. We don't know. We don't know what the news is going to be. We can only read the chart, follow the strategy, and take the proper amount of risk. We've got everything in our favor. Got everything in our favor. So it's staying inside the opening range. It's not making any sort of crazy move here. Now, if this pulls back, where's this going to pull back to? Inside, right? Inside the 5-minute opening range, which is right here. Here's an alternate pivot right here, right inside the 5-minute opening range. 6 minutes left. Not sure what's going to happen here. Make sure to scale out as we break to the upside here. It didn't pull back very far. Didn't pull back very far. Last night I tried to get in on the reversal, and unfortunately it failed. Tried to get in on that extended trend reversal, and it did not work out, but it did retest at 2 in the morning, and naturally I wasn't up at 2 in the morning, so I took a shot at it and it didn't work. Well, if there's good news, then we should, if this kind of hangs out until 10 a.m. and there's some good news, we may have, this thing may just take off. Momentum and trend on our side, above the 50 on the 3 hour, trying to make that crossover happen, right? Kind of in that top area there. Seems like everybody's waiting. Everybody's waiting for the speech. Little retest here, and all I know is we're on the contract. We're on the contract that has the strongest momentum and trend. Here's the pullback here taking place right around 10 a.m. People are going to hang out in here. If the news is bad, it'll break to the downside. If the news is good, it'll break to the upside. So I think we're in a good spot. We're picking the upside. Hopefully it just hangs out in there until the news. We'll see if we can get this. Pulls back into trend cloud, right? Pulls back into that 5-minute trend cloud. 15-minute chart pulls back into the 15-minute trend cloud. What is going on with the ES? Same thing. See, on the ES, it's pulling back because it hit that almost hit the second ADR checkpoint. So this makes sense on the ES. It's pulling back because it's already hit the ADR. Just barely missed the second ADR checkpoint. Okay. YM. The YM hit the second ADR checkpoint, and now it's pulling back. So it just went just slightly broke above. I don't know, guys. Here's the news coming out in a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Whoa, I guess. Okay. Well, looky there. The news was good, and it broke out, took my target, and in like 2 seconds. Wow, wow. Well, we played that one correctly, didn't we, guys? Look at that. We were waiting right there, and it just ripped, took the target, and my goodness. And it's just still going, and we are kind of missing out on that. I didn't even have a chance. Didn't even have a chance to. Wow, for Pete's sake. Well, we would have passed the entire combine today. Wow. 10 a.m. Look at this, guys. People are making a lot of money on this. Son of a bitch. All right, so I had $1,000 target, okay, and last night, I lost 200 making the attempt. See, it just pays to trade those premium setups. This is the day you really want to let that one run, but this is a parabolic movement, and this is going to end quite rapidly. Look at this. Oh my God, they're probably going crazy on Topstep. Oh my God, this is insane. Wow. Look at that, guys. Look at this. Guys, look at this. This is craziness. This is craziness. Now this is one 15-minute candle here. Oh my God, Eddie, can you believe this shit? This is pretty crazy. This was the day to really, I'm glad I took 3 contracts. We were all in, all out in like a second, in like a second. Look at that. That's ADR right there. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So every single ADR checkpoint has been hit everywhere. We lined everything up. NASDAQ, everything this is going to be very much against, yeah, everything kind of just took off, right? Everything just kind of took off. So there you go. You got to be ready, right? You got to be ready for when that news comes out. And we were. So we took the strongest signals, right, across the indices, right? We looked at everything. We said the Russell has the strongest setup, and we just followed our setup, our premium setup. News was good. Boom, came out, and there you go. All right. Didn't even have time to sort of scale out and make an adjustment. It is what it is. It's a nice win for Friday. And there you go. So we just need another $600 move, but that's it for Friday. I mean, that's it. In and out, right? In and out. We totally could have passed the combine today, but I didn't have enough time. It happened so fast, but we did it correctly, right? We did it. We did it correctly. Just didn't know how much of an impact it was going to have. Now, what we're probably going to see is we're probably going to see this come all the way back to here, and people are going to try to jump in on that, and then it's going to go maybe a little lower. This is a parabolic movement on news. So, what you're going to see, what you're going to see, is you're going to see this thing kind of retrace very quickly. Well, there you go. Eddie, did you do okay on that? Did you get in on that? Were you set up? I hope you were. I hope you got in on that and did and got something out of that. I have my Topstep parameters kind of preset. So as soon as it gets into a trade, it puts a stop loss at $500, a fixed stop loss at 500, which is 1% of 50,000, right? And then $1,000 target. $1,000 target. Two full contracts. Good. Only got 1-to-1. That's fine. 1-to-1 because that's where you set your parameters, or did you do that manually? 2 for 1 to ADR. Oh, okay. Yeah. Nice. Nice. Okay. Excellent. Very good. Well, that's one to post on YouTube, right? I don't think I'm only gonna post stuff if I take a trade. If I take a trade, I'll post it. If I don't take a trade, I'm not going to post it. Even though it's documented, I'm not going to post it. It's because it's like it could get boring. So that's it. All right, good. All right. Well, I wish we got in on a little bit more, right? And take advantage of this full, this full blown breakout here. It's just going to keep going. Now, people are going to try to get in on this, and that's crazy. Because what you'll see is you usually see some sort of full retracement, and then it kind of evens out. But that's it, man. That's it. Damn, this would have been really exciting if I was able to scale out of this and pass the combine. Well, there you go. Seth, if you're listening, this is for everybody, but premium setups, right? This is definitely for everybody. Premium setups. Sarah's like, what in the world? What the hell? How do we do this? Sarah, you weren't listening today. You weren't in the group. All right. All right, Eddie, good job, buddy. I will see you on Monday. This is a victory. This is a win. We've got some dancers here. So good deal. Good deal. Have a good one, Eddie. Have a good weekend. Enjoy the victory. You did it right. And that's it. We're out of here, man. You got it, buddy. See you on Monday.